and welcome to another edition on this fine Wednesday of the He Said, She Said show. You can reach us on Facebook.com. He Said, She Said. You can also get the Live 365 app on your mobile devices and look for us there. You can reach us on our personal devices if you have any messages, questions, concerns, topics. Email us or contact us on the studio phone at 765-278-8661. So with that out of the way, if you hear some whining and stuff in the background, that is my granddaughter. I have her, and she's a girl after my own heart. She can't decide whether she wants to eat or sleep, or both. Girl after my own heart. So, what we want to talk about tonight, I mean, there may not be as many, like he said, she said about it, but we do want to talk about Halloween. The origins, the myths, different things like that. So, we'll work on that stuff and go from there. So, the first thing first is, Halloween didn't start off with the name of Halloween. It was Samhain. It looks when you spell it like Samhain, but it's pronounced Samhain.
Yeah.
And it's from the ancient Celts. It was a festival that they celebrated over 2,000 years ago. And it was actually because their new year was on November 1st. So that was their celebration.
Right.
So let me see if she wants to eat again. Jerry, you take over for a second.
Yeah, I got you. Sounds like she was ready to eat, wasn't she?
Yeah, she slept for a second. Now it's time to eat. Okay.
Well, technical difficulties sometimes,
Right, technical, human technical, I don't know. So we'll see if she wants it or if she gets pissed here in about a minute.
Kids are kids.
Well, new type of bottle, so
right.
She can be like, I don't know this.
This doesn't feel familiar.
Right? Like, it's not coming out right, I don't like it. But there are other names for Halloween. You've got, it's still Halloween, but it's Hallow''een, which is weird. And then, add an all in front of that, All Halloween.
All Hallows Eve.
Well, there's All Hallows Eve and then All Saints Eve.
Yeah.
Which I don't understand because the Saints Eve day is like in May. So I don't understand why they'd call that. But,
well,
that's Beltane. That's All Saints Eve and stuff like that. But
you had what was it, Devil's Nights, the night before Halloween?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's, like I said, it's very, very, very deeply from the Celts, which is now Ireland, the UK, all of that area was, Celtic at one time. And then it traveled to the Americas, but it was very slow to take root here because, in the new colonial England, before it was actually the Americas, there was very strict, very rigid Protestant belief systems. And they were like, right? They were like, no, we burn witches. We're not having Halloween. Things like that. Now, it did come into, Maryland and the southern colonies, what they called southern colonies, which now we still call New England. But,
right.
They came in practices there. But it wasn't until the second half of the 19th century, when they had the Irish potato famine, that America got, flooded by immigrants from Ireland.
Yeah.
And so, we started, their belief systems and stuff, kept taking root here.
Right.
So, what you doing? Wait, we're being talking to the producer.
What?
That was in my shoe. From here.
Okay.
From this room.
It's a interesting toe ring you've got there.
Like what?
It's like an ear ring.
Yeah.
But it was in your shoe?
Yeah, from there to here, I picked it up.
Huh.
Might not want to write the face script. So, the somewhere between the
That
10
looks like
feet
one of Heather's.
from this chair to the door.
Yeah, he got an
picked
earring in his shoe.
An earring in his shoe. Okay.
Because he's going down to work on the face script.
Right. Here's something shiny for you. As
Right.
it jams into the
Some
bottom
shiny? I'll show you
of your, bottom
shiny.
of your foot, you bastard.
You like them toes? How about bloody ones?
Right.
So, but yeah, the second half of the 19th century is when all the Irish came in and kind of said, you know what, let's we got your beliefs, but we still have our own beliefs.
Right.
We may not, do the festivals as joyfully as we did them there, because of rigid constraints, I guess.
Yeah.
But they're like, yeah, but we're still going to believe what we believe,
Yeah.
So then, the Americans started borrowing English and Irish traditions to where they would dress up in the costumes, and literally they would go door to door, but it wasn't for candy. They would go door to door and ask for food or monies.
Right.
Or trades, like, happy Halloween, here's a chicken. Like, I don't understand how that...
Now I can get on board with some shit like that.
Yeah, but they were live chickens. It wasn't already fried and ready to go.
Well, that's all right. I mean, it's just a little bit of prep work.
Right?
You
Just
gotta
a
get your hands bloody.
little bit of a hatchet and some plucking.
Right.
But, they would do that, and that's where it started, and became trick-or-treating.
Mm-hmm.
But back then, not everybody worked. It was they dealt in trade,
Right.
so it wasn't as big of a deal. And honestly, I think if people got more involved in that, it's like, adults went trick-or-treating then,
Yeah.
and now they're shaming, people are shaming teenagers about trick-or-treating.
Right.
It's like, dude, it's a stick of candy.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that big of a deal.
Right.
Oh, I know, baby girl. It's your bedtime and you're so fussy. Just think about all you teenage girls out there that, are like, I want a baby right now. Just listen. Because when you hear that at 2 o'clock in the morning and 2:30 in the morning and 3, 3:34, 4:30,
Yeah. Partying's over.
it's not going to sound, oh, that was a big old fart. It's not going to sound as cute. And that's the thing, too. They're gassy, they're poopy.
Yeah.
It just happens.
Small helpless humans.
But right now, she's my little beastie, so she's in Halloween mode.
Yeah.
There you go. There you
Yeah.
go. But, I mean, you can call Halloween many different names, but that is the way it started,
Right.
1850s, they finally said, okay, well, we've got these Irish over here, and they're going to do, what they want when they want anyway.
Right.
So we might as well, hop on board.
Yeah.
So, it was just crazy how it started, and now it's become candy. Like, back in the 1850s, the women and young girls believed that they could divine on this night only. They could divine the name or appearance of their future husband.
Really?
Yeah, by doing tricks with yarn, apple pairings, by cutting the apples, or using mirrors.
Okay.
So, yeah, I was like, well, that is interesting, to say the least.
Yeah, I'd never heard that.
Yeah. But I want to know who my future husband is. Somebody give me an apple.
Right.
Or give me some yarn. I got to do something.
Right.
Like, I don't know exactly, what, yarn tricks they were talking about, but I'll look a little bit more of that on the break. But I just thought that was interesting that they thought just on this night, that we go door to door asking for food and money and all that fun stuff. Well, I'm going to sit and play with some yarn and I'm going to see my future husband. Like, okay. Most people are like, yeah, well, that's called witchcraft. But that's some sketchy magic going on right there. You did a little bit more than playing with yarn and apples, I'm going to tell you right. I'm going to tell you right now. What'd you do with that mirror? We don't play with mirrors.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, but, after our break, we'll really get into that. So, we got started a couple minutes after, but we're creeping up on that. Your break time, we got to, pay the bills.
Right.
So.
And it'll give your little beastie a chance to.
Oh, yeah.
Chance to settle down.
Yeah.
And...
Oh, I'm sure once she belches and throws up on me, then she'll be fine to sleep. It's fine.
Okay, we'll be back right after this break.
All righty.
All right.
She is currently sleeping. We'll see how long that lasts and if the door keeps getting opened or whatever. Throwing hops down the stairs might be fun. But we have been talking about, Halloween, All Hallows Eve, Samhain, whichever you want to call it.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of any and all. But, kind of gave you that overview of a big picture. Now we want to kind of go in and just talk about, what we think about, starting from 2,000 years ago. Of course, we're not going to, make it like a history lesson because, good God, how dry would that be? But we like to put our funny take on stuff and our little bit of a spin. So we've got our, Halloween candy corn candles lit and just hanging out here, having a good time. So, I don't know, which name do you prefer, Stafford, when it comes to Halloween?
I've just always heard it called Halloween, so.
Yeah. I've heard it called lots of different things. So, I do like Halloween, but I also love All Hallows Eve.
Harvest time.
Yeah, harvest time. Yeah. That big harvest moon, those are always
Hallows
fun.
End.
Yeah. You know, and like I said before, you know, it was in the Americas, it was with the Celts, and they did, you know, these festivals where, you know, they sang songs and, you know, prayed and danced, and I mean, it was just a big party, you know. Yeah, all kinds of things. They, you know, it was the strongest day to tell fortunes over there, and you know, different things like that. So, you know, just to be a fly on the wall back then, that would have been, you know, probably magnificent to see, you know, because you get glimpses of it now when they make movies now, but, you know, make it to like you're back then,
right?
You know, historical movie types, and you know they're getting part of it, right? But most of it's just movie appeal,
right?
But you know, you think, man, that would have been so awesome. You know, that had to have been the hippest party ever. Like,
right.
Everybody wanted to be there. Because nobody would be sad. You know, you can't dance and drink and be merry with a frown on your face.
Right.
And
doesn't really work that way.
And let's just be honest, it was the Celts. There was some alcohol.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's, you know, my bloodline, I know there was some delicious alcohol involved. So
we're going to have a good time whether you like it or not.
Right? You can be mad when you start, but I guarantee you won't be there forever.
Right.
But yeah, it was like, I can't imagine what a culture shock it would be for both cultures. First off, you know, with the New England, when they first come over to England, they're over here, new place, new challenges, new everything, but still under that very heavy thumb of Protestant Christianity and things like that. Mm-hmm. But still, you know, Native Americans and other people here, they're like, well, we still have, you know, seasons. We still have tradition, you know. And then, well, you know, when they branch off and break away and, you know, get a little farther away from mommy and daddy, you know, Maryland, southern colonies, you know, probably Virginia, you know, that was about as southern as they got then.
Right.
You know, then they probably were like, well, you know what, we're going to bring some of our customs a little bit. But they had to tweak them so they wouldn't, you know, get in, you know, big trouble when mom and dad came to town. But, you know, like, okay, well, we'll have a little bit of party, but we're not going to make it too noticeable,
right?
You know? And then, you know, we'll sing and dance, but we won't dress up. And then it's, okay, well, now we're going to start dressing up. And now we're going to start knocking door to door. Just to, you know, say, hey, neighbor, got any food?
Let's go begging.
Yeah. Like, I was looking at that going, wow, it's like, did only paupers trick or treat? Like, I'm going over your house and ask for food?
Alms for the poor.
Right? I mean, I'm down. Like, I can always go for some food, but, you know, I don't even want your money. Just feed me. I'm happy. You should be well fed half the night. But I understood why they did that in the Celts in Ireland, because they had, you know, famines. Mm-hmm. You know, if the potatoes didn't do good that year, you're not eating.
Yep.
So, you know, maybe your neighbor had chickens and they did well. Well, I'm going to eat chicken tonight. Mm-hmm. At least one night a year, you knew you got to eat.
Right.
So, I mean, there was that. But why is it so hot in here?
We have the windows closed because Chris was afraid of being drug out of them or thrown out of them.
Thrown would be more my guess.
And we took the air conditioner out of the window because it's like 40 degrees outside.
Well, yeah, the air conditioner, they're all at our house too.
And
but
we also have the door closed, which usually
so
doesn't
no
happen.
Flow. Okay.
And
well, yeah,
we've got candles lit, and there's like, you know, about 6 computers in here.
That, and I'm holding a baby who is her own little furnace, maybe.
Little furnace, yeah.
But yeah, you know, going for food, man, I'm so down with that. Like, I wouldn't have to worry about cavities in. I'm like, oh, do you just have a hunk of cow cooked for me? Awesome. I'll take it. Got a hamburger? All right. But then you didn't have to worry about people poisoning your shit. So, you know,
right.
It'd be way too easy to poison a hamburger, okay? Just give me a little bit of salmonella.
As opposed to a whole lot of salmonella?
Yeah, just a little. You don't need a lot.
I've never wanted any of the salmonella.
No, but even a little goes a long way. A little salmonella will do you in.
Yeah, it could, especially back then. I mean,
oh, yeah, because there wasn't, like, go to the hospital. What's that? You mean the medicine woman?
Right.
And she put some herbs down my throat, made me throw up. Like
Dr. Quinn.
Right. But, yeah, it was like, you know, then, like I said, when they did have the big famine, the potato famine of Ireland, that's when they just flooded to Americas, you know, just to try and have a better life, you know, more land, new country. And finally we were able to start adopting a little of their customs. Ooh,
Right.
that was big in a baby girl. So, here we go. But she wants to be an active participant tonight.
Apparently. There's angry fetus.
Yeah.
Angry fetus.
She's got rumbles in the bumbles.
Yeah.
I know.
But,
I'll have you go ahead and talk for a little bit.
Okay.
You get her calmed down.
okay. But when it comes to Halloween, there's so many different takes on it. Some people think that it's the devil's holiday.
Yeah.
They think. See, I don't know whether to keep that mic up or down
Just
with
down,
it.
just
Just
down.
leave it down
Yeah.
because I can't hear you when you.
That's okay. I'll yell if I need to.
Okay. But so many people think that it's the devil's holiday. That it's all about it's either all about getting candy or all about causing mischief, or it's some kind of even still some people think that it's got a little satanic aspect to it. I think that's a little ridiculous. I think it's a bunch of kids having fun. Ultimately what the origin of it. I'm not gonna say it doesn't matter, but it's kids having fun. So as long as they're not causing too much mischief, because I don't like taking wet toilet paper out of trees.
Right.
And although the windows need to be cleaned, I don't really want to have to stand out there with a garden hose in the the end of October, the beginning of November, and hose the soap off the windows.
Right.
Just, of course, what they could be doing, comparatively, I'll take, you send all the kids over to the front yard and let them toilet paper the trees compared to what they could be doing. If that, I don't know, I don't get too strung up on stuff like that, but it's just a holiday. I enjoy it. I like October in general because you get to smell the corn, you get the pumpkins. I feel like I actually get to recharge the battery through the month. Haven't so much this year, but in years past, plenty of times I've been able to recharge the battery, and I enjoy fall. Autumn is that's my season. I like winter because it's cold, and I'm a fat guy, so it's a lot easier for me to get warm than it is for me to cool off. So I will take cold every day of the week over hot. But I prefer fall. It's just cooler, better. Usually it's not too cold. It's just a better temperature. I'm easy to please, and fall makes me happy. And I've run out of stuff to say. Is she asleep yet?
Mostly. You go ahead, turn it up.
You're up.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been counting on you to jump back in and save my ass here already.
Yeah, well, touching on where you said, you don't care about the origin and all that. It's like, the origins were, it's the day before their New Year's, they were having a party. Mm-hmm. Like, we have a party on New Year's Eve. Does that make it a Devil's Day? Because that's all it was. It wasn't, oh my gosh, Satan's here. No, it's our New Year. November 1st was their New Year. And this was October 31st, so they were celebrating the New Year.
Right.
Really? Every time it's keyed up, you decide to fuss? Is that what it is? Oh, baby girl. Ain't she gassy?
Yeah.
I know when my belly hurts, I'm not happy.
Right.
Well, rip a couple good ones, girl. We'll be fine. You're a baby. You got a diaper on.
There's
catch
no
it.
judgment.
No. Diaper will catch it. We're fine. In case there's a little, sharding going on.
5 to 10 pounds. That's not how much it'll hold. That's how much the kid's supposed to weigh.
Right.
Oh,
Whoops,
I
my
didn't
bad.
know that.
My bad.
That's
They will only hold so much.
Right. That's valuable information. You need to know that. Trust
Yeah,
me.
that is need to know information. Like,
I learned the hard way with Avery.
Yeah, speaking of scary, those diapers. When you open it up and you're like, surprise every time. Like,
Yeah, talk about trick or treat.
right? Is it a trick or is it a treat? If it's just pee-pee, we're good. That's just a treat. If it's the other one, it's Trixie's on Grandma.
Right.
Oh, babies.
I think one of the best inventions they ever made for us men was the diapers that have the lines in the front of them.
Yep.
And you can tell whether or not they're wet.
Yep, that's what she's got on now that goes from yellow to blue.
Them things are great. I'm like, okay, so it needs changed.
Yeah.
Because when you don't have those...
You got to stick your finger in there or peek in there.
Right,
You're like,
and-
I don't know what I'm going
and-
to get. First time you stick your finger in poo, it's not the
Well,
best one.
and especially when you got little girls, I'm
Yeah.
like, you know what? I don't know. I'm going to change it.
Yeah.
I've probably only changed 3 or 4 perfectly fine diapers
Yeah.
through the course of Avery being in diapers.
Mm-hmm.
But I still done it. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's been an hour. Surely, hell, I had to pee twice in an hour, so
Right.
surely you did.
Right.
Because
Because you're constantly drinking, you little
Yeah.
alcoholics.
So,
Constantly drinking on that bottle.
right?
But yeah, it's like you you've got to be wet or something.
Yeah, there's.
But now they've
just
got
no
those
getting around
stripes in there. They're awesome. I love them. It's like you can just peek at that stripe and go, nope, you're good, or oh boy.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's a little bit blue, or oh, that's really blue. Like, ooh.
That's
we
like
should
overflowing.
probably change that. Yeah.
And then if you're lucky, you don't have raccoons later, because that's something we had at the house. Those damn raccoons over there. Mm-hmm. I'd take out a trash bag. I mean, not like the trash bag was full of nothing but her diapers, but
right,
you got a baby, you got diapers,
there,
and every trash can's gonna have diapers
yes.
in it. But you take the trash bags out, and the damn raccoons had gotten into the trash toter just to get the diapers out to tear them apart to get those silicone gel stuff that they use that absorbs the stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, really?
How do you not die eating all that silicone?
Yeah, and well, I think about it, I'm like, I'm not going to use, if you wanted to bait raccoons, just take some diapers.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean,
they'll go for it.
It's they're as bad as bears trying to get into the insulation in a refrigerator.
Mm-hmm. It's it's not cotton candy, guys. It's insulation. Is it going to make you warmer in the winter? I don't know.
We got so tired of cleaning up diapers in the freaking driveway.
Right? It's like you want to padlock the freaking toter.
Well, we put rocks on the top of it once or twice, and then they just push the rocks off and open toters anyway.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, you're too smart to live.
Yeah, you got to go now.
I'll be out back with a rifle and
Yeah, and wait.
Right.
Because you are obviously evolving.
Yeah. We can't have this.
We will cleanse by fire.
I've seen Planet of the Apes. This shit ain't happening.
To my daughter, when my fish did that, like I had a fish, just a tetra, just a little fish, and they had a race war apparently because I had 3 that were the reds and 3 blues, and it was a race war. Yeah. Well, the quickening happened because I thought, well, with these fish, because they're kind of aggressive, I need the side sucker. I said I need one, but I'm going to get a plecostomus.
Yeah.
Because they look like armor-plated tank fish.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, you're not going to kill him. Like, those are fish that when you throw it out of the tank, the cat won't even mess with it.
Right.
Yeah. And I thought, okay, well, I'm going to do that. And so I did that, and finally it was down to 1 fish in the Placo. Mm-hmm. And I thought, well, I guess I got 2 fish out of 7.
Right.
So I'm like, fine, you killed all the powder blue ones. You're just a pretty red one, but you're dumb as hell because you killed everybody off. And the scary part was I didn't find all the carcasses. I think they got, cannibalized.
They got ate or probably run up through the filter.
Oh, no, I checked the filter.
Oh, did?
Oh, yeah. No bueno. No fish. But I go in the tank that very next day, and all I see of the plecopotamus, that's what I called him. Mm-hmm. Plecopotamus, not a plecostomus. But the plecopotamus, which is his name, he wasn't he anymore. I just saw his head, like someone had taken a sword and just cut his head off. And I thought, all right, McLeod, you're now the fucking Highlander. Like, what is happening here? And I told Kylie, because she's like, nothing's going to kill a Placo like that. And I told her, and I took a picture and showed her. She goes, kill it before it evolves. I said, I'm kind of afraid to touch him.
It already has.
And she sent me a meme, cleanse it with fire. And I was like, I don't. So after that, I just started calling him Dickfish. Yeah. Because you're a dick. You killed everybody. Yeah. And then I put him in a small tank. I was going to go take him to my daughter's because she's like, he's cool because she hates the Placos. They freak her out. Mm-hmm. She's like, he's the coolest fish ever because he killed the Placo. Yeah. Killed the Placo. We're good. And
did she wind up missing any cats?
Well, no. Right before we get it, he wound up dying anyway. I was like, you asshole. You killed all my fish. Even the tank. And then you just decide to go belly up. I don't like you. So now you know what I got in a 100-gallon fish or 75-gallon fish tank?
Snake.
A beta.
Oh, that'll work too. Yeah.
Just the one Anastasia named Kitty. I also have a fish named Kitty.
Drop another one in there, name it Cat, and take bets on who wins.
No. I might take it over to Kylie's and put it in her beta tank, but then I don't want him getting, because it's in the baby's room. I don't want him like, dead fish, Grandma. But she's pretty. It's a pink and red beta. So she's, she, hell, I don't know. The fish. The fish is very happy to have a giant tank, except she's in one corner going, I don't know what to do. Where do I go? I went from a bowl to a 2-gallon tank to a holy shit, it's a freaking ocean. So yeah, she'll move around sometimes, and other times she's like, I'm just going to stay down here by the filter.
Right.
But yeah, it's Halloween. It was like Fright Night in the fish tank.
Yeah. And see, it all circles back to Halloween, doesn't it?
It does.
I let you squirrel for a little bit.
Yeah,
but
I circled it back around.
It's fine.
Because it's like Halloween. It's Fright Night. Like horror movie in the fish tank. Could you imagine being that blue and going, I'm next? I'm the only blue one left.
What's the scariest movie you've ever seen?
Oh, I don't know. Like, I like the psycho thrillers, like the ones that make you think and go, well, that was unexpected. But I don't watch a lot of, like, just gore.
Right. Well, I'm not talking about gore. Well, what is the movie that you think is the scariest you've ever seen?
Pet Sematary.
Pet Sematary?
Because that little kid.
Yeah.
Freaked
with the flip top head.
It made me not want to have kids for a while because I thought if I get a kid that comes to the foot of my bed and says that, I'm not gonna be a parent anymore. Because I ain't gonna have a kid. Like, hey, you play with Daddy, I'll play with you too. No, you go outside and play in traffic. Like, no. you know the kid got. That's why I didn't understand the mother. Like, I understand being a mother and my kid. Okay, you watched him get taken out by a semi. Yeah,
there's no surviving that.
And then he comes back. Mommy, I want to play. No.
I think at that point her mind was supposed to have cracked.
Probably because it was very fresh still.
Yeah, and I can imagine
I can imagine that too. But the thing also too is the rational part of your brain's going, "This is not okay."
But that other part of you, it's like,
but the
I
mommy
want it to
part
be
of
right.
you, yes,
so
you
bad.
want it. So I mean, I guess there could be worse things like, okay, you killed me, but at least I got to see my kid again.
Right.
That kind of thing. Even though it was a demon inside your kid skin, it's a kid skin.
Right.
But yeah. But yeah, that's why that movie just like, and then when I was younger, Children of the Corn freaked me out. Because it wasn't the part in the corn all that, but the one scene where they're in that shop with that old fella and they put his hand in the blender.
Yeah.
That's what got me.
Yeah.
Because I was like, that could be real. Those are the ones that gave me, the ones you look and said, that could actually happen. Like most of these, you're like, whatever. That's so fake. But the movies that you're like, oh, God, that could happen to my neighbor. Like, those are the ones I'm like, I don't want to watch this one anymore. Just going to go to bed now with all the lights on. My door's locked, windows locked, chains on, bolts up. Yeah. What's the scariest movie you ever watched?
Titanic.
Why?
Because all the men died.
Okay.
And I had a whole other way I was going to go with that. It was going to be funny, but after you just destroyed my I had it all set up and it's going to be hilarious. Now I can't pull it off.
Well, pull it off. Try.
No, I can't. Okay. So I don't know. Now I got to be like,
well, I mean, no, Titanic would be scary because you're on this boat. And
it was going to be a dig on women's what it was going to be.
Well, I mean,
so I'm going to come back off of that.
Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people that did die knew, and so for that entire time that boat is sinking, they know.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, that's one of those mind games. That would be ultimate terror.
And probably what the saddest scene in that entire movie what the saddest scene in that movie was
that couple cuddled up.
That was the saddest scene in that whole movie.
That one and when the mama was reading bedtime stories.
Yeah.
I was just like, and I'm broken.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was reading that, and you saw the old couple cuddled up in the bed, and I was just like, right in the feels.
Right.
Yeah. And it was, and the thing is, because you knew that stuff happened.
Well, yeah.
Like, and it was. They tried to say, oh, it's not a class thing. Yes, it was.
Oh, it's absolutely a class thing.
Yes,
otherwise the gates wouldn't have been shut.
Yeah. Very few third-class passengers got on a boat.
And which actually brings around something I'd seen the other day. The Blue Star Line instead of the White Star Line is supposed to be making, and this has gone around a few times. It's always been some rich guy who was supposed to be doing it, building a Titanic 2.
Yeah, well, he is currently building it.
Yeah, well, he's been saying it for 10 years, and it's always been going around, but it was always bullshit.
Yeah.
This is somebody else that's supposed to be doing it. I still think it's bullshit, but it was reported by THR.
Hey, reputable.
Yeah, well, as reputable as the news gets anymore. Yeah. The Blue Star Line was going to sail it.
Yeah.
And that the Titanic 2 was supposed to be set and sail in like 2020 or something like that. Mm-hmm. Would you get a ticket on it?
Oh, no. No.
Why not? Tempting fate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, number one, I won't get on a cruise ship at all.
I've never been on a cruise ship.
At all. Ever. Not shark bait. Don't have a dorsal fin. Can't outswim them. Not playing.
Right. Well, I can't swim either, but,
I mean, I can swim. I can't swim that fast. I mean, if the Olympians can't outswim them, I can't.
Right.
But even if I did, I don't think I would, just because, not just that, as it's almost a mockery.
Yeah.
Of the tragedy that happened. You know, it's like these people died. Well, we're going to have a do-over. No, there is no damn do-over, okay?
Well, what was amazing to me was to see some of the comments on THR's Facebook post about it, and some of the things. Oh, well, it was because of this. It was because of that. The design wasn't flawed. It was this. It was that. All right, motherfuckers, were any of you there?
Right.
Okay, because I've heard it reported different ways. 1,000 different ways. I've read every book that I can find about the whole thing.
Yeah.
I've read the congressional hearings that were conducted afterwards. Yeah. There is no one.
Right. And so is my son. He's 13, but he's like mega into the Titanic.
Yeah.
Mega. And considering the captain and stuff went down with the ship, nobody knows. You can have your, eyewitness statements from passengers, but they're going to only have it as a passenger standpoint. They're not, oh, well, the hull of the ship wasn't, lost its integrity. They don't know. They think we were here, we were sleeping, and went south. Like
what I think, personally, everything that I'd seen on it, I think Lightoller, when he reported, the captain had been told that he needed to increase the speed and try to, because Ismay was on board.
Right.
I think that's probably what happened.
Yeah,
I mean,
you
sit
too
back
fast,
and you think about human nature.
Yeah.
I don't think any of that stuff really sat well with him, but I think he done it because he was ordered to.
Yep.
And even though you're the captain of the ship, you've got the guy that runs the company. Yep. And if your boss, and how many of us know that the boss that doesn't know better than you, but will say they know better than you, and will tell you to do something you shouldn't be doing.
And you try and voice your opinion, which he did.
Right.
Because it was in the records.
But your opinion doesn't matter. Think of the time period.
It was
full
the boss
speed ahead.
Boss said, you do.
Right.
That was it. And that does tie in. And if anyone you're wondering, yes, it ties into Halloween. And this is how. Mm-hmm. Because, do you imagine how haunted that stuff is?
Oh, well, I've been to the museum. You've been to
I went to
the
museum down in Gatlinburg. And oh my gosh, I am so glad that all that stuff is behind glass. I mean, completely sealed. Because there is so much anguish attached to all that. So much everything. And I'm like...
It's unnecessary.
Yeah. Completely. I'm like, this does not have to happen.
Right.
Humans make mistakes. Mm-hmm. They do.
All the
it's
time.
sad that it all got pushed on that captain who only... And it, like I said, recently came out when they finally got released some of the captain's logs. Mm-hmm. Handwritten and stuff. They were saved. But they weren't allowed to make them public.
Right.
And then when they did, it was like, no, it wasn't the captain's fault. He was made, because there was like, he went faster because he was in a hurry. He went fast because he was in a hurry.
Yeah.
No, he went faster because that was what his orders were. Mm-hmm. And just like in the military, you're given an order, guess what, private?
Yep.
You're going to do it.
Just because it's your boat, you don't mean you're a tall man on the totem pole.
Yeah, doesn't mean you don't have a boss.
Yep.
Yeah. So, but, I believe the area even underwater is littered with souls because of all of that. I think that some of them are, of course, with the attached to things from the ship, or even people around there. But it's just like, it really puts things into perspective when you go there. And the Gatlinburg Titanic Museum, which is where we went in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. Like, it's very educational, but it's also, to me, of course I'm an empath, but it was, to me, very sad. Very saddening, because all these people, walls and walls and walls of names.
Yep.
Did not make it. Children, and it wasn't just, customers, it wasn't just passengers' children. They had children from the crew. They had children of the captain, children of everyone on board, because you're going to be gone that long and you got no one else to watch your kid. Well, my kid has to go.
Right.
It's not like you had a nanny.
Right.
So, everybody, and it was just like all these people in one day.
Yep.
One boat. When everybody, why won't you get on a cruise ship? Have you seen Titanic? Have you read history?
But the Titanic accident, that revolutionized and modernized. Well, I guess modernized would be the wrong word, but it did. It was one of the breaking points for new maritime law on life jackets, life belts.
There was new rules and new P's and Q's to follow. Yeah, because there weren't not nearly enough lifeboats on there.
No.
And that's one thing that the captain had said as well. Was like, there's not enough lifeboats for the passengers.
Right.
Well, it's all we're required.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
This ship will never sink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? First trip.
Let's tempt that fate.
Yeah. I think for you to call a ship unsinkable, you need to sail it without any people on it first, except for the crew.
Right.
Because otherwise, you don't know. It's not tried and true. Don't give it a name. And that's the other thing I think. I think you cursed yourself when you said we're unsinkable. Mm-hmm. So now you've got, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of lost souls.
Right. But we'll get back to that after this break.
Yep, we sure will. Halloween and making any conversation relevant twist back to Halloween. I think that's what we've kind of decided now. We're going to make it a fun game.
Right.
Just pick a subject, talk about it, and somehow relate it to Halloween and Halloween activities. Because that seems to be...
Because that's what you said that you wanted to do.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, dear.
And it's my show, so that's the only time I'll let you get away with that.
Yes, dear. What? Now that counts as the same one?
I have things to throw.
Not the stuff that's lit on fire.
Look, I didn't put any constraints on it.
Hey. Come on.
What's more Halloween than somebody on fire? You look like the scarecrow that got lit up. The Wicker Man. You could be the Wicker Man.
Okay.
I told you. It'll relate to Halloween somewhere.
All right.
The Wicker Man was for blessings.
Yeah. Something blessing.
Oh, man. But, we were talking about...
Trying to find your song for next break, so...
Yeah,
you carry me for a minute.
Okay, well, it shouldn't take too long.
No,
I'm sure it's on there.
I just gotta find it.
But, we were talking about the Titanic and the haunting of that and, things like that. But, no. To me, pure hell and Halloween scary hell would be forcing me to get on a cruise ship. Because, no, I will fly any day of the week. I will drive any day of the week. I will not get on a boat. I won't do it. I don't even like getting on fishing boats. And that's in a lake where I could swim across, or a river where it's like, maybe 30 feet. I could swim, float, something.
You don't like getting in a fishing boat?
No, I'm not out on the
ocean. Like a John boat?
I don't like them.
Why?
I just don't.
Why?
Well, number one, I don't want dumped in the damn water when I'm fishing. Who wants to sit there all gross? Waiting for clothes to dry, and generally in jeans because you got to walk through all that stinging nettle. That stuff is no joke. Like my son's legs right now, because where we camped out at 1812, he got into the stinging nettle, and it's blistered on his legs almost like poison ivy in stripes. Because he's got super sensitive skin. I'm like, yep, stinging nettle done ate you up. That's what happens when you don't rinse it off right away. It's gonna eat you up.
Right.
So his fault for wearing shorts. When I told him don't wear shorts, we're gonna be out in the woods.
Damn it! I told you, boy.
Yeah, there's a reason why I wore pants. Because I knew I was going to be back in the woods. I mean, I'm not allergic to poison ivy. Poison oak, however, whole other story. Don't know what's so different about it, but it will eat my skin up.
Right.
But, yeah, Halloween was like, we were looking, I don't know. We were looking at stuff to decorate my mom's vehicle, because where she works, they do a trunk or treat, which we'll talk about trunk or treats here in a bit. But I guess, each department or whatever has a competition. On the best car or whatever, decoration or whatever. But she's like, well, this is my first year, and really I'm the only one signed up out of my department to be able to go. So she wasn't really worried about, the contest. She just wants to be there for the trunk or treat.
Right.
But we're still decorating it. And she started out, she's like, I want to be zombies. And then, zombie housekeepers. And I'm like, oh, hey, I can work with that. I'll figure it out. Make little brooms and mops and stuff like that. And then, you should, do her makeup, because I love doing the makeup with the latex and the creepy stuff. And I was like, yes, I get to do some crazy makeup work. And then she decided, well, I don't really want to legitimately scare all the kids. That whole subject we talked about last week was like, oh, God.
The little kids.
Yeah, the littles. Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's like, well, and then she saw a mannequin head that I'd had painted, and it's a sugar skull.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, that's what I want to do. I'll just do skeletons in the show. I'm like, okay, well, that's no problem. Or I could just do a skull face on you, but make it a little less creepy. And then we're decorating our car in, everything's skeleton. Even the spiders are skeletons. Even though spiders don't have skeletons, but it's whatever. We'll do that. And then got little, human skeletons and a little strobe light for the back of her car and things to decorate all the back of it. So, it's a Jeep, so Jeep Cherokee. So she's got like the whole back end of the SUV part. Mm-hmm. And we're going to decorate that all up with skeletons and lights. And I've got battery-powered purple and orange lights and stuff like that. But she's like, I just don't want to scare them. So I'm like, but it's Halloween, Mom. It's what you do. If they can't handle the scare, then they don't need the Twix bar. I'm just saying.
Right.
There's a reason you get candy, because I got to scare the crap out of you first. If you're not... And if kids don't have manners, if they just walk up and just look at me like with this look of disdain and hold out a bag, I don't want to give you candy. Huh? Okay. But if...
I'll have to download it.
Okay. If they're polite or whatever, then I will. Or if they're like the little teeny kids that, is like, they're still so scared to talk to people. Mm-hmm. It's different. But if you get some, preteen up there, it's like, I'm just too cool to talk to you, but I still want candy. Well, guess what, buddy? You say, like my ex-mother-in-law used to say about Santa Claus, you don't believe, you don't receive. So you can say trick or treat, or you're not getting candy.
Right.
Because if you trick me, guess what, buddy? I'm better at it. So I will find where you live. I'm not going to play. I'm not going to play with these little kids. Or I'll, most of them I know their parents, and I get them involved with me. So there's that.
There is that, yeah.
I'm like, you're not safe now. Your parents are involved. Once that happens, you're done, buddy.
Thought it was bad before.
Right? Better look under your pillow every night when you go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's just, she wants to do, all that. So I think it's going to be fun getting that all decorated up.
Right. Getting it ready and doing the trunk or treats.
Yeah. Hang on, let me see. I got a message here.
Yeah, I like the trunk or treats because they're a little bit safer than...
That's what I was going to say. You're not going door to door to, is this an okay house? Is this a sketchy house? Is this one on the registry? Or, is this
right.
a, registered offender? Or, or a batshit crazy lady? Or, whatever. So you go to this trunk or treat and there's all these cars and everybody's there and they're ready to go. Because police can't be everywhere.
Right. Well, the police are a reactionary force anyway. Something has to happen before the police get involved.
And, they're all there, so it's supervised. It's, you can be a little less strict, a little more relaxed, as a parent, because when let's just face it, you're on high alert when you're out
right.
and all that's going on. I know I am. So,
well, I know I am every time we do this show. On high alert.
Yeah, you have to be.
Yeah.
Because I know your co-host. She's an asshole.
The couple of times that you've got me, it's...
I should have been a bit more alert.
There it is.
You should have been. Because I'll strike. Like a puma.
That's part of why I decided to come over here to this side of the table. You're out. I'm out of arm's reach.
That just means I have to come up with better weapons. Projectiles work.
But you haven't yet.
Oh, I have. They're at home. I have the baby. I told you got saved tonight because I have the baby.
Okay. Well, we'll pre-record the next show anyway, so... That's
okay. It doesn't mean you're not getting flipped.
Right, but I can run away because I'm not going to be tied down. We're just doing a podcast next show. So
yeah, true.
That's how that works.
Yeah, because that is next week. We're just going to be... We're doing a podcast.
Week, yeah, it is Halloween.
Because it is Halloween, and it's also my anniversary. So I'll be hanging out with my kids and doing some... And husband has to do some Halloween-y stuff. But we don't get to do much because he has to work the next day anyway. So we're going to do podcasting because I want to hang out with the grandbaby. It's her first Halloween. So... it's going to be fun, hanging out. And I love watching the kids come to the door all dressed up. And she lives, farther in town than I do. I'm on the outskirts. Right. So I wouldn't get as many trick-or-treaters. So we'll just do it that way. She is passed out solid on me now. She's in a milk coma.
She's like, yeah, that's it. I'm done.
I had 6 ounces, Grandma. Good night.
Yeah. And mouth open and everything.
Yep.
She's like, yep.
Yeah, I keep making sure she's breathing. Like, she's so still. I'm like, oh, God. Like, it's like I'm grandma, but I'm still like that nervous mommy. Like, look at her every 10 minutes. Yeah. My daughter was like, yeah, because nothing's scarier in the world than being a mommy. Awesome, but scary. Yeah. But her mommy told me, she's like, last night she did so good. She slept in her bassinet all night long, no co-sleeping or anything. She did really good. And then today she took a nap in her big girl crib.
Co-sleeping?
Well, where she's between them. Because they've got a sleeper that goes in their bed. It's like a little bassinet.
Yeah.
But it goes between them.
Okay.
On the bed because she has to be close to someone.
Okay.
Well, now she's sleeping in the bassinet in its own stand.
Oh.
Not there. And so they're getting it because the doctor told them by the time she's like 6 months old, she needs to start sleeping in her own room. And I'm like, and how are you both going to deal with that? She might be fine.
Let me tell you what.
Because she's going to be upstairs. Y'all going to be downstairs. I'm like, I know that's why Kylie put the duvet upstairs so she can sleep up there.
How many kids that damn doctor got?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm going to say none.
Because 6 months old? Nope, you're still by me.
At 6 months old, that kid's just now learning to sleep in a swing.
Yeah.
You know, we got run out of our living room for 6 months.
She
was asleep in the swing.
That's it.
We watched TV in the kitchen on a tablet for 6 months in a hard ass chair.
Right, because you're like, I'm not waking her up.
We're not going in there. No,
she's asleep. And if anybody so much as knocks on that door and makes the dog lose his mind, it's gonna get real.
Yeah,
it's going down. It's bad.
You wake my kid, I'll bust your ass.
Guess what happens in the Stafford house? Bloodshed.
Right.
But yeah, that's why I'm with her. It's like when she fell asleep at the house earlier, and my son was gonna go over his dad's. I was like, you better have your ass outside on the porch waiting when he pulls up, because I'm not having these dogs go nuts. Because if they go nuts and wake this baby, shit's getting real. Mm-hmm. Real fast. I will karate chop someone in the throat.
Feeling throat stompy, are you?
At this point, just karate chop. Not quite stompy yet. But you wake the baby up, it might change. But yeah, she's out.
Yeah.
Out. But yeah, she did. She's doing better, so I'm glad of that. But this is her first Halloween, so I'm pretty excited about it. I know her parents are excited about it. Mm-hmm. And they're going to, because she's so small, like, why take her trick-or-treating? She's not going to remember it, but, be at the house and you get to see all the kids coming. And
well, for Avery's her first Halloween, she was an owl.
Yeah.
A little homemade owl outfit.
She is going to be the doggy off of Nightmare Before Christmas. With the little white tutu.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, we had one of our people say that their favorite movie of scary movies, we were talking about that, is Insidious. And because of this, there's the small scares, like the oh my gosh kind of thing, which I've never seen it.
I've never
so
watched. I don't watch Modern Order. I don't think any of it's
I don't have
scary.
A frame of reference. Like, to me, like the stuff when I was little, the Sammy Terry stuff was scary enough. Like,
right.
And the Crypt Keeper, that freaked you out sometimes.
Yeah. Sometimes.
I miss me some Crypt Keeper.
Yeah. Well, they're supposed to be bringing it back.
I hope so.
I'd heard they were.
But he was funny. HBO, that laugh just cracked me up every time. I'd hear that music and I'm like, oh, my show's on.
Yeah.
Now I just watch Murder, Death, Kill, ID television. We're fine.
Watching your murder porn? Mm-hmm. How to get away with it?
That's right. You don't want to mess up. You watch how everybody else screwed up and go, well, don't do that. Or, why'd you do that, you dummy? You weren't thinking.
You should have known better than that.
You weren't thinking, were you?
You should have known better.
Before you get mad, you better think.
Better put that bleach in that blood, Paul.
That's right. You better figure some stuff out. You better wear some gloves. Shave your head.
Shave
something.
your entire body.
Like, you ain't even have no eyebrows. Like, come on now. But, dog's going nuts. Sound like somebody's here.
Nah, it's that dog next door. It's retarded.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Well, I know my son said that he was on his way over, but...
Oh, well, it could be him.
Out to the studio from his dad's house. But, yeah, it's... I don't know. I've always loved Halloween. Like, even as a kid, not being able to trick-or-treat and stuff like that, but we still made it fun. Like, my grandma would have big Halloween parties at her house, and oh my gosh, the thing I miss most about that was her homemade popcorn balls. Oh my gosh, those were awesome. I may try and figure out how to make those for this weekend for our little party that we're doing here. For our studio party.
Yeah. He's doing a party, isn't he?
Yeah, the studio party.
Yeah.
And go from there. We're going to have a bunch of people there, and we're having some Halloween contests. I think it'll be fun.
Yeah.
And I'm going to make my baked mac and cheese in the great big pans.
Yeah.
So that'll be good. But, yeah, it's going to be fun. Like, and I love all the parties that people have. I love costume parties. I love, like, just having fun. It's a celebration. And that's what I see it as. It's a celebration. Mm-hmm. So, and some people have more religious end of it, paganism. It's one of the solstices. It's one of the major holidays. Not to say, oh my gosh, pagan is the devil, because that's not it entirely. And if that's how you feel, you're very uneducated, and I suggest you read a book. But it's just a misconception. But
right,
it's a holiday. Just like Christmas. It's a solstice. Mm-hmm. We call it summer. Okay, It's fine. But instead of a season, it's a solstice, I guess. Mm-hmm. So it's just how the world turns, and that's a very, old religion coming from, I don't know, like we started with 2,000 years ago in the Celtics. So, but yeah, I don't know. I think it's a pretty awesome holiday, and I love candy too, so that's another bonus. I'm not
Let
gonna
out the inner fat kid.
Yeah, I'm not going to say no to a Snickers. Bring that Milky Way on over. Reese Cups, I think I will. What?
Nothing.
What?
Nothing. I'm not saying a word.
Okay. Well, then it's going to be real quiet for the rest of the show. What? I know, you probably had some smart-ass
Yes,
comment.
I absolutely had a smart-ass comment to make. That's why I thought about it and I stopped. Huh?
You're such a dick.
Yeah, this is true.
But, yeah, we're, I don't know, we are going to have that party. I still, like, I've got 3 different costumes in mind, and I don't know what I'm going to be yet. I don't know. Like, I haven't decided on Little Red Riding Hood. I haven't decided on, like...
No, Little Red Red... Oh, that's the one you done at Gen Con, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or I have one where it's kind of like a Roman goddess kind of a thing, and I have one that I'm still putting together. It's a fae costume.
Mm-hmm.
I have one that's kind of elf-like.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just debating on, you know, is it going to be too cold to wear wings and try to cover them up with a cloak or, you know, something like that. So, I mean, I know it's going to be chilly. I mean, it's October.
Right.
But, yeah, if it's not freezing,
well, there's nothing saying that you can't, you know, bring it and change.
Right, but then there's
to an
also
extent,
stuff where
yeah.
it's like, I don't want to be, like, too scary, like, you know, zombie up my face, things like that, because my granddaughter will be here and I don't want her to freak out.
I don't think that's going to bother her.
Well, if her grandpa scares her. He's not anymore, but when she was little, she'd just look at him and scream.
Oh,
he would admit that. Like, no, she wasn't having it. And I know my nephew, when I would dye my hair different colors, my nephew, I don't know you. And he'd wig out if I'd even talk to him.
Yeah.
So I don't want that, you know, her to look at my face and be like, what's wrong with you, and start to cry. Because, you know, who knows what she sees as a baby.
Yeah, I don't think you got anything to worry about, personally, but, you know.
Well, because I know my son, when he was a baby, if I wore scary stuff, yeah, he would freak out.
Right.
But then, who knows what he saw in his dreams, and then, you know, wake up and mommy's face is all messed up, like, what's going on here? So, I don't know. Because I thought about doing the Red Riding Hood, but making the, you know, doing my face up wolf-like.
Mm-hmm. Just,
you know, funny twists on stuff.
Yeah.
But...
And carrying a human head.
Absolutely. Well, because at Gen Con, I was human and I had the wolf head in my basket.
Mm-hmm.
A tasket, a wolf head in my basket. Ooh, that's what I should do. Just sing that all creepy, like that creepy little kid on the movies. A tasket, a wolf head in my basket. Because that wouldn't...
Quiet, woman.
Oh, shit.
That's funny. I just saw you elbow shit, so I didn't even have to do anything.
Ow.
I'm not sure what I've done to offend you.
You lie.
No, I really don't know. I have no clue.
Uh-huh, and I can tell by the look on your face you are lying. But, yeah, I think, you know, that... But the problem is, like, I've got 2 places to be at that same day, and then the one, you know... with the trunk or treat's like an hour and a half, and then the party is like, it starts at dusk. Okay, well, this is October. You need to tell me a time of dusk, because it gets dark fast. Like, so what time do I need to be here?
Well, I would guess 6.
Okay, because...
That would be what I would guess.
I'm going to go earlier and decorate Mom's car all up, but I told her, I said, I'm not going to be able to stay, you know, for the trunk or treat.
I'd say 7. 7 is probably dusk. Right now, 7's probably dusk.
Okay.
Right around.
Then I might be able to, because if it's 5 to 6:30... Or 5, it's maybe 5:30 to 7. Trick or treat. Hell, I don't know. I have to ask her again.
Well, even if you went from like 5, or like, what do you say, 5 or 5:30?
Mm-hmm.
Even if you went from that time till 6 or 6:30, I think, or 6:15 or whatever, then you'd be fine.
Yeah, stay for a little bit of it or whatever.
Yeah, make an appearance. Keep them happy.
Yeah.
Press on.
That's right. PR, baby, PR.
Yeah, that's right. Got to go politic every once in a while, don't you?
Right. Gotta sell it.
Yeah, gotta smack some handshakes and babies. I mean...
Yeah, the other
you know
way.
What I mean?
You know, yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Smack some hands, shake the babies all over the place. But it does look like we're coming up on another break.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, so we'll go ahead and do that, and then we will ramble on more here when we get back.
And we'll be back right after this.
son on here talking about his favorite things about Halloween, you know, in the kids' perspective of it. Parents are like, oh, we love this about fall. We love it. Kids probably like, I like candy and I like dressing up.
Right.
Like I said, the costumes are fun because that's that one day a year that you can be anything you want in the whole wide world for one day, and nobody gets to say shit.
Right.
Which is why on my wedding I wore a white dress. I was the virginal bride. Only 2 kids, you know. Did you just turn your mic off so nobody could hear you?
No.
Liar, I just saw you turn it back on. But yeah, that was my Halloween costume for that year. I know. It was funny. Classic. But it was kind of more like the Marilyn Monroe inspired dress, though. So it wasn't like, oh, it's a total wedding dress. No. It was white, but it was like a Marilyn Monroe's white dress. Just waiting for the wind to blow up. But, yeah, we had a good time, and I told everybody at the wedding, it's like, you know what, girls, just wear black or purple. Wear that little black dress that, you know, you never get to wear anywhere. So it went from dresses that look like, you know, Morticia Addams, which is pretty cool, up to just those fancy little black numbers, and then purple and stuff like that. So we had a good time. We had it at the state park, and all the, I don't know, like fall leaves and candles and all that. It was fun. It was really good times. And the pictures...
I heard it was a good time.
Yeah, pictures were beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, my husband's cousin took the pictures. His name is Michael Myers.
Yeah.
And he's ginormous. Like, he could literally pick me up, and I reached the balcony to put the flowers up on the second story. Mm-hmm. And when I was up there, hanging lights and everything, he's like, here, just jump down. Now, had anyone else told me that, I'd have said, your tie rod's bent. I ain't jumping. Like, I'm the second story, but he was up so high, I was like, well, hell, I'll jump about 6 inches and already be to his hands, so we're good. Right. I do that, and he was like, I got you. And at first I was like, are you sure? It's kind of questionable. Anyone else? And I said, get bent, buddy.
Right.
It's not happening. Jump. If you lost your mind, are you suicidal? But, yeah, I mean, it was good times. And we had, since the kids were there, you know, and I'm all about the kids, I said, it's that one table, like, I did all the catering stuff, so we had, like, the chicken wings and the food and all this other stuff. But then the kids, there was one table specifically for them. Every bowl had a different candy in it. And I handed them each a trick-or-treat bucket and said, there you go. You're welcome, Mom and Dad.
Right. They
filled their buckets with all kinds of candy. So, I mean, we had skeletons on our wedding cake, for crying out loud. It was good times. Yeah, baby girl.
Yeah.
She's wiggling around. But yeah, I don't know. Like it. I don't know. What is your favorite thing about Halloween?
Oh.
Not fall, but Halloween.
Halloween? Mm-hmm. I don't think I have a favorite thing about Halloween, to be honest with you. I usually get phone calls where I have to go deal with something. So
yeah, generally.
I don't have a favorite thing about Halloween. I guess the kids having fun, that's the favorite thing for me.
Yeah, my favorite thing is to just watch all the kids get dressed up and have a good time and be kids. And watching their imagination go wild because it's not just a costume to them. They turn into that person or thing that they are.
Right.
I'm like, when did you become a spider? 20 minutes ago. I am now a spider. I am no longer human. I am arachnid. I'm like, well, where's your other 6 legs?
Right.
Because even if you crawl around on all 4s, it's like, okay, where's your other 4?
Right.
I ain't seen them. And then if they sprout them, I'll be like, okay, well, you need to go away now. Because you just magically sprouted legs. That's no longer a costume. That's a problem.
Right.
I need to call Terminex right now. Because that's a big spider. Right. It's like them desert spiders. Ugh. I'd be one of those Marines screaming and throwing shoes. Get out the AK and start shooting at it. If you can't fit your helmet over a spider, if it's the size of a dog, we have a problem, Houston. Spiders don't bother me.
I'm not even sure that those camel spiders are considered actual spiders. I don't think they're considered arachnids. I think they're some other type of insect.
Demon?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Because that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like anything natural.
My uncle told me that they used to take and grab one of those and a couple of scorpions and throw them they'd dig out a little pit and throw them down in there and bet on which one would win.
Oh, that's horrible.
That's funny.
I don't even like them, but that sounds horrible.
That's funny.
I don't like scorpions or spiders. I'm not afraid of spiders, but if you throw a scorpion at me, I'm out.
You start throwing $100 bills on which one's going to win.
Well, I might pick a side. I side.
I mean,
$100 is $100.
It's not like, dog fights or cockfighting or nothing.
Right. You're like, it's a bug.
Right.
It's a bug and a bug.
Which I guess in a way is kind of the way people look at
dogs. Just a dog. Not me, though. I'd rather deal with a dog than a person most of the time.
Right. I have to agree with that. There's a lot of people I know that I like my dog better.
Yeah.
A lot.
A lot. I like animals a lot. Like, I'd rather deal with them than people. Otherwise, I'm like, it's just people. But if you hurt a dog, I'm like, I'm going to take your arm and then I'm going to gut you. With your own weapon.
Right.
Like, I can't even watch those commercials anymore because it's totally ruined the Sarah McLachlan song for me.
Right.
I'm like, oh, in the arms of an angel. Oh, God, it's going to be a one-eyed dog.
It's another AESPCA commercial.
It's a one-eyed
Turn it
dog.
off. Turn it off.
The cat's shivering. Oh, my God. Yeah, I can't do it. I'm a big old softy when it comes to animals. Like, I'll just take them all home. I'll make them all better.
Right.
And then I get in trouble because food gets expensive when you have to feed a lot of them.
Yes, it does.
So you're like, well, there's that. So at least now
I've lived in a zoo, too.
I've got cats, dogs, a hamster, and a fish.
Yep.
That's it. A lot less than what I used to have.
Yeah.
So I've narrowed it down.
At least species-wise, but you got, like, what, 6 cats?
Yes, I do. I do
See,
have
I
6
thought
cats.
you had 3 cats.
Nope.
Well, if you got 6, you might as well have 7.
I have 6. No.
No.
No, nueve.
No.
But, yeah, I've got my 6 cats. But like I said, one of them, I'll probably be down. God love her. I don't want to, but probably be down to 5 soon because Miss Bobo's 20.
Yeah. That
We
doesn't.
have 6.
That doesn't. Just
You
because
said that
she's
twice.
20. I mean, what is?
Expectancy for them?
Well, yeah.
15 to 17 is old.
Well, yeah, but is she?
She's
Going strong, or is she starting to slow down?
She's starting to slow down. She's getting a sinus thing, and she's getting the cloudy eyes, and
yeah.
So doing that, and
So
then,
pretty soon it's going to be a quality of life kind of issue.
Yeah.
For her.
Well, and right now, I mean, she's really good. She loves to cuddle now, which is strange because used to she's like, "I'll take your friggin' eye," which is why I love her. She's like very much a calico. Like, I'll cuddle when I say. Otherwise, don't touch me. You know. And
so the estrogen is strong with that one.
Right, but now I think she's getting a little senile because she'll play like she's a kitten.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it scares me. You have grown cat claws. Like, don't play the kitten games when you have grown cat claws, because that'll be stitches.
Right.
And then she gets all cuddly and all of that. But yeah, she like and she's to the age where she gives 0 F's about the dog. Like, she'll walk right up to Mojo's food bowl. Mojo growling the whole time, and she's like, I don't care. It's food, and sticks her head in the dog food bowl. Like, probably thinking, like, just end it. It's fine.
Yeah, that's a cat that doesn't care anymore.
No,
It's
she's like,
what are you going to do? Totally punks out the dog.
Yeah, she's like, Kevorkian my ass. Like, I don't, like, whatever. Either eat your food or my head, one or the other. Either way, I'm good. I get food or my wishes. It's fine. But she does. She'll right under this dog's head, and the dog's half chow, so I'm like, maybe you shouldn't do that. And then I'll move her away, and the 6th time she comes over, then I'm like, well, the will is strong with that one. So it's either one way or the other, and Mojo finally just like, fine, I'll sit and watch it. When you're done, I'll eat the rest. I'm like, that's a good dog.
So the cat has totally turned the dog out.
Oh, yeah, that cat.
That's funny.
Because she doesn't give a crap, and I think they realize that. Like, I don't care. I'll take your nose. What are you going to do? Kill me? Ooh. Like, she doesn't care. Like, this cat does not give a shit. She's my I don't give an F cat. Like, do it. Dare you. Bet
Right.
you won't. Bet you're a daisy if you do. Come on.
Oh, wait, I have that.
Yes.
I have that.
She's my doc.
You're a daisy if you do.
There you go.
And I think that the other line in there she has had with the dog.
I'm your huckleberry.
That's my line right there. I think she has, they need to redefine their relationship. That's her and the dog.
Oh, how they're,
It appears we must redefine the nature of our association.
Yes. Because now, before she was like, okay, I'll leave you alone. Now she's like, no, that bowl's mine. They're all mine. You can have what's left. Because when the dog walked away and just sat down and watched, I was like, well, okay. But like I said, after the 6th time of me moving this cat, and she came right back, I'm like, apparently she's scarier than anything else the dog has seen, so she's just going to let it ride. Now, I don't know how Bama would do. He'd probably just eat the cat and not realize it because he's so big. He'd be like, oh, did I get a hair in my tooth? Like,
probably a little something like...
he wouldn't notice he
Very territorial.
he
Got to
wouldn't-
be really careful when you enter into his territory. Got to play by his rules.
Pretty much. And it's not even that he's territorial. It's like he eats so fast, I don't think he tastes it. So
Right.
he wouldn't realize he ate the cat till he pooped.
Right. Or throw it back up on the kitchen floor. Yeah.
Right there at the
'Cause
back
they get in
door.
a hurry,
Oh,
either
yeah. Just
eating
like,
or
and then hack. Once you hear that hack, you're like, oh, no.
Yeah.
There it goes. And then the cat, the hookah sound. No, I don't like
Why'd
that.
we buy a damn dog again?
Yeah, why do we have a dog? They just throw up on my floor and then eat it. And that gags me when they go back to eating. They're like, no! I'm like, I know you eat turds out of the cat box, but at least I don't have to watch it. Which they can't anymore. I've got the door closed. I've got
I totally let them do that.
There's a cat door that's not big enough for either of my dogs. Of course, they've both got their heads stuck in it, but...
Tracy used to get mad at me.
You're like,
there's
I ain't gonna clean the cat box that way.
No, not the cat box, because that is nasty.
Yeah, that's my thing. They would go in the cat box because they
no,
like them with sprinkles. It's a Tootsie Roll with sprinkles.
The dog would throw up, and then, and you go to get something, because she doesn't do well with that.
Right.
And she'd go to get something to clean it up, and I'm standing there, I watch the dog eat it up, and I'm like,
it's
back where it came from. I was like, she's like, and you let it do. I'm like, yeah, he's cleaning up after, or she, whichever one it was at the time, is cleaning up after itself. Yeah, we'll still wash the floor though.
Yeah.
But now I ain't got a shovel.
Vomit.
Yeah. Dealt
Half
with.
chewed or not even chewed dog kibble.
Yeah.
And that's what gets me. Because I'm like, I told you didn't chew. You didn't even taste it.
Yeah.
No. So what is this, your second go at it? Like, no, it's not how it's going to work.
And half the time it's cat food that, it's thrown up anyway.
Yep. Or they get into the cat food bowl.
Yeah.
And eat every blessed thing in there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, I wanted to, I never got the costume yet, but I was going to have a big Rottweiler. He's big, but he's a puppy. Mm-hmm. Here in a few days, about a week or so, he'll be a year. So, but he's so big already, and I was going to dress him up like Chewbacca.
Yeah. Because
at PetSmart, they have the Chewie costume with the strap with the...
Yeah, the belt.
Yeah, everything. And I'm like, oh my God. But I'm just like, I can't... if I won't spend that much money for a costume for my kid...
How much is it?
I think it's honestly was like $20, so it's not bad. But
that's not bad.
No, I'm sure right now it's on sale, though.
Yeah.
So I might be like, oh yeah, right then. But, that way he can have his costume.
Yeah, because it's not as detailed or what have you as like, the big... with the one where it looks like a giant spider.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
With the legs hanging off of
Somebody
it.
tried to talk me into that. I was like, no, because I don't want to squash my own dog. Because a spider that big, I'm going to hit it with a brick.
Right.
That's a big spider.
Boom!
Yeah, I had a 120-pound Rottweiler, and he's only a puppy. That's a big damn spider. That's bigger than a desert spider.
That's a lot of black flags, what that is.
Now, speaking of desert spiders, it says, they're in the class of arachnida, but not true spiders nor true scorpions.
Okay.
And that's them desert spiders.
Yeah.
But I don't care what they are. They're fucking huge and gross.
Right.
And I don't like them.
And I got $10 on it winning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it'd stomp out a scorpion.
Yeah.
I think it'd stomp it out.
Unless it's a giant scorpion, like a dire scorpion.
Yeah, the big ones. It's like, that's a dog.
Yeah,
That is a dog with a stinger.
That ceases to be a scorpion
when
it's the size of a chihuahua.
Yeah, that's a dog with a stinger. That's what it is. And then they go,
when you can hear the legs clicking from bending.
And that's the one animal that, like, my daughter, she works at the pet store, so she manages there, and she loves all the animals. I'll deal with the snakes and the spiders and da-da-da-da-da. She's like, I can't do scorpions. She goes, they open their mouths sideways to eat. And it just freaks her out. I'm like, well, that's how I feel about, what do you call it? Praying mantises. Because they can turn their head to look at you. Bugs do not have necks, okay? Once it has a neck and can turn its head all around and look at me no matter where I am, that is an alien or a demon. It's not a bug. It's not a bug, and I'm not touching it. I'm not going anywhere near it. I'll freaking flip it or squish it or whatever. I'm not dealing with it.
No, don't squish the praying mantises.
My mom's like, that's my spirit animal. Your spirit animal's a bug? A bug.
Yours is a bat.
No, mine's a buffalo, my spirit animal.
That's a bat.
No.
It's a bat.
Nope,
Why
that's
do I
my
see
nightmare.
it flying around you?
That's my nightmare.
Why do I always see it flying around you then?
Because they hate me and they're coming for my soul.
No, they don't. Mm-hmm. They're coming for all them bugs that are flying around.
Blah.
I hate the bats.
I don't hate them. I just don't want to be near them.
You ever held a bat?
Not willingly.
So you have held a bat?
Like this. Because my cat got a hold of it and it was alive and it was pissed. And it had teeth and fangs and it was gross. It was something out of my nightmare.
I'm going to get you a bat.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I am.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I'm getting you a bat.
I'll rate it. I'll hit it with a hammer.
No, you won't.
Yes, I will.
No, you won't.
Bet me.
I'm not doing that either.
I say bet me. Now my daughter's going to scream at me.
I'm gonna get you a bat.
Nope.
I'm gonna name it Kylie.
You mean a baseball bat?
Nope. I'm gonna get you a vampire bat.
Nope. Mm-mm. Yep, that noise.
All right, fine. I'll get you one of I'll get you one of them hammerhead.
No.
Them big, huge, ugly ones.
That's not a bat.
Yeah.
That's a pterodactyl.
Okay, well you're gonna get. Okay, well, you can call him Terry.
Okay.
Or her Terry.
It doesn't even look like a bat, though.
It doesn't matter.
Those don't bother me. It doesn't look like a bat.
Okay, but then I'm getting you something that looks like a bat. Then let me get you a bat.
It's a freaking rat with wings. That's what a bat looks like.
You can't have an Indiana brown bat or something like that. I think that's the only type of bat you can own.
Right, because they're endangered.
Right. How do you feel about sugar gliders?
They look like kind of like squirrelish, and
Okay,
the ones with baby fruit bats. Well,
what do you think about flying squirrels?
The baby fruit bats look cute. Not that I want to touch one, but they look cute in pictures.
What in the hell?
I don't like bats.
You're getting a bat.
Am not.
You're getting a bat.
Nope.
Yeah,
Nope.
it's happening. It's happening. I'll clear this with Pat because I know he makes all the decisions.
Whatever.
I'm gonna
that's
clear
why.
with
That's
Pat,
why I have 6 cats.
And you're gonna...
He makes quite a few decisions, but not all.
Yeah, but I need him to roadie with me on this one, though. Because I might need to get into the house with the bat.
It'll get dead. I have 6 cats. They don't like bats. I'll let leave the cage open and let the cats do what they do.
Nah, it'll be fine.
Yeah, when the
I'll
cat
get a vampire bat that'll feed off the cats. That'll be great. He'd love it. He'd be like...
You're going to get a spatula to the junk. You're going to get a...
Be in your hair.
Nope. He's getting a spatula to the junk next week on the podcast. Wait till we start doing video podcasts.
Oh, God, you don't want to do that.
Oh, yeah. Because people are going to love it when you drop to your knees when you get junk punched with a frickin' metal spatula. Nope.
Like a little bat.
Purge with fire.
In your hair.
Purge it with fire. I'll go bald. I don't give a shit. I'll Sinead O'Connor
I don't know what sounds they make, but I know they make this sound.
Yeah. I'd Sinead O'Connor my shit. Ain't no way.
It'd still be hanging on.
I'd rock the G.I. Jane.
You'd be like...
I'd look like
with its wings
I'd
wrapped
look
around
like
the
a
back
Buddhist
of your head.
monk. Look like a tattoo.
Wings wrapped around. What other phobias can we like, you know?
That's it.
Just bats? Mm-hmm. Then you need 3 bats. Mm-mm. Yes.
I mean, because I don't have to worry about sharks because I ain't going in the ocean.
Because when they've got their... Oh, sharks too?
I'm not going in the ocean.
Well, we need some flying sharks. We need a Sharknado. And
literally, the last hurricane, I think we did have Sharknado because they said that sharks were up in there. I was like, fuck, it's Sharknado!
Yeah, I've seen that. But we get you 3 bats because when their wings are wrapped around your head, the 3 different ways, and it'll be like you're wearing a bat hat.
I was going to say a bat hat?
A bat hat, yeah, see? And then nobody'd be able to tell you
Put its wing over like that when you're in the morning and you got that gauze over.
Yeah.
Might keep the sun out of my eyes.
Yeah, see? You're starting to like bats now, aren't you?
No, but a bat hat means they're dead.
No, it just means they're holding on. They're well-trained.
Once
it
it
they're
becomes
well-trained
a
bats.
hat.
They're well-trained bats.
No.
Yes.
Once it becomes a hat, they cease to live.
No.
Yes.
They've
It's
just
not
been
okay.
placed on your head.
A coon
gently.
hat is dead.
No,
Yeah.
well, yeah, a raccoon hat is dead
Okay,
because
same
they
thing with
skinned
bats.
it. No, a bat hat is where you place the 3 bats on your head, so that like fit like a jigsaw puzzle. You know, better than like say I don't know a Blizzard puzzle. Pieces.
Oh, that
all
was
fit,
a low
right?
blow.
Pieces all fit.
Hey, it's together, it's glued, it's framed, and it's on the damn wall. That's all that matters.
Well, the bats will be hanging uniformly on your head.
I know. No, they won't. I'm just saying.
Are you sure about that?
No, I do not have a phobia to clowns. My daughter, however, is not a fan.
Who's got a phobia of clowns?
Well, Chris sent me that. Does clowns, ? I was like, no, I don't have a phobia of clowns. My daughter does. But instead of running...
He's got a phobia of children.
Well, they are scary.
Yeah.
But instead of, like, running from a clown, she'll knife one in the gut. Like, it's on. I'll kill you. Cleanse it with fire. Done. And the day we went to the haunted house and we didn't know that one entire room was nothing but clowns, I thought she was going to become a part of my spine. That's how close she was, like, up on me like a backpack.
So she's afraid of clowns.
Oh, God.
And you're afraid of bats.
Mm-hmm. She loves bats, by the way.
Bat clown. Well, then Kylie will ride with me on this to get you some bats.
Oh, she keeps telling me she needs to take me over to Dr. Carter's because he does the bat habitats. And
I would love to have some bat boxes around here to eat these damn mosquitoes. That'd be great. I don't think there's... I see some bats out here, and I was smoking out the window in here one day, and I flipped the ash out, and a bat swooped in. It was like scared the shit out of me.
Yeah.
You know, swooped in, you're trying to get the ash,
Yeah.
and thought it was a bug. I was like, oh, that's awesome. You know, we need more of you. You know, sorry that wasn't a real bug.
Well,
I'll throw stink bugs out from now on.
I am, and I talked to Kylie about it. I am going to build a bat house and put it out on my garage. just because I've got that wooded area in the back of my house, and then the creek in the woods on the front side of my house. So the mosquitoes are like the
Horrible.
friggin' state bird. Like,
Yeah.
it's bad. You walk outside one day, God, I'm going to get typhoid or, West Nile. But,
You need
you
a
know,
cave full of bats over there by your house. Is what
I
you need.
literally said, I'm going to dig a hole and make a cave. It's going to be the bat cave. But real bats. None of this fake Batman shit.
To go with your real bat hat.
Not a real bat hat. I'm
Yeah.
not a fan of that still.
You could be the Bat Whisperer. Could totally be the Bat Whisperer.
He says children have small hands. Creepy. But do they smell like cabbage?
Carnies.
That's carnies. Children are not carnies.
No.
Carnies are gross.
Not all of them.
I know one of them when I was a teenager. My dad ripped him up out of his stand by both nipple rings
Yeah.
because he decided not to wear a shirt and everything else, and then tried to take money out of my hand to force me to play a game. Didn't know my parents were right behind me. I was like 17. My dad got a hold of him, and I was like, oh, shit, he's going to rip his nipples off. Because he got a hold of them hoopy-doopies out of his boobies and give a good pull.
I have no idea why guys do that.
I don't. I'm like, it's a
'Cause-
sensitive
'cause
spot. Why are you
just-
putting a hole in it?
Well, not just
And
that.
that's inviting someone to grab it.
Exactly.
And yank.
And that's how some
'Cause you're gonna have a weak
friends
spot.
we've had, or some friends we have found that out the hard way because they got half a nipple now in a, from a
Yep.
fight.
Yep.
I'm like, well, yeah, because you hang a hoop like that in front of me.
I'm going to pull
I'm
it
going to
out.
airhead that all day long. Rip
Yep.
it. What are you going to do? Improvise. Take that thing right out.
Just like if you brag about having certain other piercings. Buddy, that's the first one I'm going for.
You go ahead and put them gauges in your ears.
Yep.
I'm going to rip your damned ears off.
I'm wearing for rings.
Yeah. They know there is no honorable fight.
It'll just make it easier to put them on my necklace of ears. Mm-hmm. It's fine.
We'll just snap right in.
Right?
Yeah, it'd be perfect.
Just like it was made for it.
Right? It's like it belongs.
Yeah, it just belongs there. What? Children are not carnies. What are you talking about? Yes, they are, you weirdo.
What? Who are you having a conversation with that none of the rest of us know?
Dover.
Oh. I thought, isn't he supposed to be working? What's he doing messaging us?
I know, he's supposed to be. In there, that script you're supposed to be working on there.
Yeah.
Get to it, buddy.
Aren't you working on, yeah, because you're going to be the, or wait, which script? Never mind, I confused myself.
Isn't he working on the
I'm afraid the strain was more than he could bear.
My hypocrisy goes only so far. You can play them all day.
My hypocrisy goes only so far.
That one.
Now, see, I put the ones that I'll use the most on you right up close to the front.
Quiet, woman.
I know that was number one.
It is, and then, well, if the damn thing works.
Is this your command? Your grace?
You know it. Mm-hmm. And you don't want to wake the dragon. I like that one. We need to get some Halloween ones on there.
You don't want to wake the dragon, do you?
Her Majesty awakes.
I could, but I got this cart wall full.
Yeah.
I was just trying to think of what would be good to use, and I don't know. It just
Who keeps buzzing?
it's not me.
Is that me?
Oh, maybe it's a station phone. Shit, maybe I should check that while I'm working the board.
This one says small, transient, little creepy bastards.
Small, transient, creepy. All right. Oh. Well.
They are all little beggars.
It's not too bad. I mean, they're just kids.
Yeah.
Kids
I love
being
'em.
kids.
I don't love them when they're other people's kids, though, because I can't beat them. You act a fool, I can't scare the hell out of you.
Hey, it used to be that I watch anybody's kids, but here's the thing: you give me whipping rights. Because if they don't think that there's a consequence.
My nieces and nephews all know I will bust your butt. Do not think twice. My nephew found out real quick, you spit on my chair at a holiday, you're washing every chair in the house.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
And your daddy's just going to watch.
Yep.
My brother, and he said, and when she's done, she doesn't even have to tell me what you did. If she has to whip your ass,
I'm
gonna
gonna
whip
do
your
it.
ass. Then I'm going to find out what you did.
Right.
I'm like, that's because we're brother and sister, buddy. Good luck. All right, well, it's that time. We got to go pay some bills here.
Oh shit, it is. That
Yeah,
time, isn't it?
yeah.
Well,
we don't get yelled at for that.
we get in such a hurry.
We need
Right.
to get this business done quickly.
I got some comments for that, but I probably ought to not. Make
Yeah,
them.
we probably just go to break.
Yeah, we'll just go ahead and go to break.
765-278-8661, or find us on Facebook or Live 365 Radio or geekpublicradio.com and listen live. And then we also have our podcast will be on iHeartRadio and YouTube, I believe.
Yeah, we're on YouTube, iHeartRadio. I think we're on Spotify. I'm not
yes,
sure.
we are. I believe we are on Spotify.
We got a whole list of things. iTunes. Yeah, I think you said iTunes already.
Yeah. In case you want to do that and take your time listening to us when you're on a jog or, bored, have to go to the bathroom. I don't know.
Listen to me get the shit beat out of me every day.
Yeah, that'll start happening again relatively soon.
Yeah, I'm letting you squirrel for the month of October since it's Halloween and that's your jam.
It's my time to shine.
Yeah.
I know I'm so aggravated that I haven't got all my decorations out yet, but like I said, I've been a little busy, and we've been doing festivals and Renaissance fairs, and
right.
I in the month of September and October I work doing living history type stuff. So, good old fashioned hot clothes that I don't know how people didn't stroke out back in the day. It's like, but I know why they only live to like 30. Jeez.
Right. But
hot every single day.
you do all the decorations and getting everything ready, and all the stuff that the guys don't mess around with. So.
Right, they're like, I don't want to touch that.
Yeah, we're all sitting around. We're just like,
Well, there's obviously a female around.
Yeah, because it's pretty.
yeah,
But with living
it's a
history
bad
stuff,
thing.
it's not that. It's we're out there hauling canvas and setting up the canvas tents and getting all the businesses together, getting the cannons out and together. So I like all the pretty stuff, but I also like myself a good cannon. Cannon and the pirate guns. So I do. It's firepower.
firepower.
But I was asking my son, and he disappointed me because I asked him what his favorite part of Halloween was. He goes, I don't know. I don't have too much fun about it, so I'm just gonna walk around. Like the total 13-year-old answer. So it's like, oh, so when I eat all the candy, you're gonna be fine with that. Because I enjoy Halloween and I enjoy it. I will trick or treat with the kids. I will eat some candy. So if you don't enjoy Halloween that much, if you don't believe, you don't receive. So you don't get no damn candy. So say goodbye to your Butterfingers and the Kit Kats.
Yeah, Butterfingers and Kit Kats.
Oh, I always get Butterfingers and Kit Kats when I trick or treat.
I'm gonna come trick or treat at your house.
Right? I buy Butterfinger, Kit Kat, Snickers, Milky Ways. The good candy, not that cheapo shit.
Now, how does he expect me to answer this station phone if I don't know the passcode?
I
Wait.
keep forgetting it.
I'm gonna try something retarded. Nope, it's not that.
I think it's 7469. Hey,
I'm gonna see if I can't lock it up.
7469?
No.
No?
But if I go one more, we're gonna put him in passcode lock.
Hang on.
Oh, that's fine. It's fine. I'll just add that to the list of complaints I have with this side of the.
Right?
The cursor was last couple of weeks. We got that changed,
Honey?
so I can see how to move stuff around. So we'll get it all squared away.
Oh, yeah. We'll eventually get all the wrinkles worked out. Ha ha!
Well, I think
It's common fucking courtesy.
Right?
That's just
to
me.
know all the codes and
Yeah.
all that fun stuff. It's like, you want me to use this, but you've locked me out. I need the info.
Right.
Give me a little heads up here.
It helps.
Yeah.
But
I'm excited for, the Halloween with the grandkids and my daughter and their new home, and it's gonna be good times. Good times. But I was gonna stay at my house and hand out candy this year, and I still might. But I think for a while I want to just go down to my daughter's house, and I might just take candy down there and hand it out.
Where are the Kit Kats and the Snickers going to be at?
Wherever I am.
Well, that's why I'm trying to discern where you're going to be at, because I will come around and try to get the Snickers or the Kit Kats. 7473. Oh, okay, that makes.
Yeah, but I'm all about the Kit Kats. In fact, I might just lock the door and turn off the lights and eat them dang self.
I went with the passcode for the shield,
Yeah.
and it wasn't that. So
1, 2,
that's
3.
That's something an asshole would have on his luggage.
Right.
Like, yeah,
Somebody change the passcode on my luggage.
I can totally see it being that.
Yeah. I was like, are you serious right now? I am serious, but don't call me Shirley.
Right.
Oh my goodness. But like I said, Halloween. Like I said, next week is gonna be
Least favorite part of Halloween. Go.
Least
favorite part of Halloween, because we haven't covered that yet.
The Christmas decorations already being out and up.
Yeah, that's a Christmas thing, not a Halloween thing. That does not.
But they're already out. It's not Halloween.
That's a capitalist type stuff.
Okay.
Okay. You know, I'm talking about least favorite part of the holiday itself. Least favorite part of Halloween.
I don't mind the cold so much. I don't like it when it rains though. But my favorite thing about the whole like Halloween thing is when everybody has to turn it into a religious debate.
Okay.
You know, you can't do, trick or treating because it's the devil, or you can't hang out with this person because they go trick or treating, or I mean, they're taking the fun away from children.
Right. By
saying it's a devil's holiday. No, educate yourself, please, and thank you.
Oh, they can't, because you can't educate that much ignorance away.
I'm just saying, but that's because it makes me so mad because people are like jumping into the stereotypes, and it drives me absolutely bonkers. I used to be one of those kids that wasn't allowed to trick or treat, and that's why I educated myself on the holiday and what it represents and how it started and all of that. So it was like, no, it has nothing to do with the devil. 2,000 years ago, they were like, nope, we're just, we're going to pray. They did a lot of praying. It was a religious celebration is what it was. Just because it wasn't Catholic or Protestant or evangelistic or Judaism, I mean, that doesn't mean it wasn't spiritual.
Right.
So I think that's what chaps my ass the most about it. What chaps your ass about Halloween? What is the downer for you when it comes to the actual Halloween holiday?
I would say probably the goddamn kids that don't know to shuck the corn.
Before they throw it at your car?
Yeah, they throw the whole damn cob.
That's just pure laziness right there. I don't even think that's, they don't know how, it's just they're lazy. Like, if you don't get the blisters on your thumbs before Halloween, then you don't know what you're doing.
Right.
Because we used to sit for days and shuck that corn.
Right.
Till my parents caught on, and then Mom's like, oh, you shucked all that corn for the geese and chickens. Damn it. 5-gallon bucket. Wasted. Wasted. You could have taken it before I shucked it. And Dad's like, that would have took all the fun out. Okay. Teaching moment, huh? Shucked that corn and got it off of the cob for nothing. Stupid chickens.
I do kind of miss the old days, like kids, like, not that vandalism or anything,
Right.
But I do kind of miss the old days of kids doing, silly little shit like that.
The trick or treat. The tricks.
Yeah, I
not so much egg in the cars.
Well, not egg in the cars, but you know what? It's irritating. It's irritating, but it's like they could be like
you could be out robbing cars,
right? So a kid wants to
throw
hide
some
under
Charmin out in my trees. Well, just leave the rolls too, buddy, and then I don't have to buy them for a while.
Kids want to throw some eggs, while I'm driving down the road. As long as I can still see, I don't care.
Soap my windows, fine. I'll just wash them. It's fine.
It doesn't, at least
saving me money on Charmin.
That's kind of like it's a sad thing that we're kind of getting away from that. Now kids want to do this.
Now you're gonna pipe bomb your shit, like
if they're doing that, most of them are just too busy eating Tide Pods. Right. I miss the old days of where like 20 years ago, somebody eggs your truck. Well, hell, you pull off the side of the road, you cuss at them, and you make them think they're dealing with a maniac, and then you fire the shotgun in the air, and you hear them take off, and you scare the life out of them.
We didn't do that. We would take the truck and just follow them when they'd run into the cornfields or through
just
grass
go through the cornfield after them. Yeah. And that's fine too, but you don't want to accidentally run anybody over. That's why I would just get out and I just fire the shotgun in the air.
Especially when there's a group of them and it's just you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll chase them down. But I'd say just slow enough to where if they fell or something, I could get stopped. But it was like, okay, because I'm laughing the whole time. Like, you think you're gonna really hurt this beat up old truck with an egg or some corn? Come on now.
Right.
Just come on now. Get real.
There was a time Woody got egged when he was driving up 9, and he pulls and he's like, "Hey, this little motherfucker just egged me." I was like, "Okay, well, we had just been to the gun show earlier, hopped in the Chrysler, went back down there. I was like, where was he?" And so we get out, and he'd stopped and he'd bought a couple of machetes at the gun store. I'm like, all right, and we just get out, and we're not going to do anything,
right? But you're going to chase them.
We're going to scare the shit out of them.
Oh yeah,
and that's the fun part for me. And the fact that kids don't do that anymore, or if you try to do that,
I know, it takes the fun out for us. Yeah, you'll go to jail, and the kids will go to jail. you know, for vandalism and all of that. But we have come to that part of our show where it's the end of our time, and so we will sign off and get some stuff on here to pay the bills and listen to some great music, 90s at 9, and I'll boogie around the studio while we think of, you know, what we're going to do for next week, and it will be on a podcast. We will not be live next week.
Quiet, woman.
I hope you all have a happy Halloween, and he may be on the podcast if I don't kill him first.
I won't hurt him. Much.
I had to get it in.
Maybe.
I had to get it in.
I know. But we won't be on live, but I hope everyone has a very safe and very fun Halloween. Party till your feet fall off and have a great time.
Good night.